story. As a young girl, I asked once my father, she was husking party, not at all supposed to be in their house. I went, I ate with them, sitting in there, that little house. It was very victorious and good experience. This kind of little things I constantly did. In the school, I ate lunch with people with whom we are not supposed to be shared. So, I have been working with him a lot. Then, soon after I left the convent, with the tribals, we teachers had a different food. Different means rice, dal, and sometimes one chirakai. But the tribals had big pot of wheat flour cooked like soup and with a few balls inside. Every day secretly I used to exchange my food with one girl, take turn. Because I felt good about it. I wanted to share, no. And constantly what I was challenging myself also, even when I worked here, like a digging and my hands were full of blisters. And I used to challenge, if they can do, why can't I do? They also have 2 legs, 2 hands. So, I think a lot of work within you also goes. And then it should be the conviction. If you are not convinced, nothing happens.
Sure. The second part, how did they accept you?
A different place. It's not only here. In Bangladesh, I was Mercy. And I have some photos, since this fellow was asking, I was digging through my collections and some photos I brought. The first day itself I started dressing like a Bengali. Yet, and when I left, when I sat in the train, before I planned, I bought a book, Teach Yourself Bengali. So in the train journey till Calcutta, I was learning Bengali. So I started few words at least to communicate. And then I have a natural way, perhaps God-given grace, easily to go to their level. That was there. And then they were calling me my name, Mercy, Moshi. Moshi means auntie. So immediately I changed Corona, the translation of Bengali. In Haryana, I was Dayavati, because every woman has a Vati with their name. But here when I first went, how they accepted, I tell you. Tribals, they don't accept at all us into their house. I had only a corner outside of the veranda. And cooking, eating, I'm not supposed to touch their vessel. I'm not supposed to enter their house. But here I was given with a widow. She was very nice with me. I go. Whole daytime I used to be with the people. One day when I came back, my neighbor came to me and asked, "Why thoda chai patti de do, some tea leaves." I brought. And having done nursing and all, and then I said, "Kya hua?" He said his wife is in labor pain. And there is no tea leaf. Here villages, some 10 kilometers you go for the weekly bazaar and you buy things. If it is finished, you wait till the next bazaar day. So tea was not there. I brought. Then I asked, "Bhaiya, main bhi aa jao. Can I also come?" Then he said, "Aa jao." But I never thought he would let me in. And that woman was sitting on the floor. I sat with her. 2 illiterate women were helping her to deliver. Whole night she struggled. It was a very difficult day. And in the meantime, I also telephoned to Uparwala, because I'm afraid whether something would happen. Child is very big-headed and all that. But after the delivery is over, they said, "You go with those women and you take bath and then only you enter. You have to purify yourself." I did all that. Then this Chandra told me one word, "Bhai, abhi tak tum Bombay wali thi. Aaj se tum meri goi ho. From today you are my inchi." Goi means it's among the tribal subtle, very close. For me it was very touching when she said. She already accepted me as her close friend because the way I dealt with her. I was caressing for her. I didn't do much. But I was consoling, sharing her aches and pains. Spent that night. I didn't even have food evening. I just came in home. I didn't cook. And perhaps this one night. Then she invited me to her parents' home for Deepavali as a guest. I walked this 25 kilometers through the jungle with her brothers. She went ahead. When people were running away, they were not accepted. Hey, sari, wearing sari like this. A stranger. So immediately I thought my dress is a barrier. But I had brought one to wear on Deepavali. Everybody they wear new dress. I had to wait. But that day, and then they were running away, but Chandra was there. They received me. When I
മാം ഇങ്ങനെ ജീവിതത്തിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ മാമിൻ്റെ പേരൻസിൻ്റെ ലവിങ് പേരൻസിൻ്റെ റിയാക്ഷൻ എന്തായിരുന്നു? അവരുടെ മോളെ കുറിച്ച് ഒത്തിരി എക്സ്പെക്ടേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നിരിക്കുമല്ലോ. അവർ ഈ ജീവിതം നയിക്കുന്ന കണ്ടപ്പം മാമിൻ്റെ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയും മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കൊക്കെ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെയാണത് അവർ മോളിങ്ങനെ കിടന്ന് കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന കണ്ടിട്ട് അവർക്ക് എന്തായിരുന്നു ഫീൽ?
ഞാൻ മിഷന് പോകാനായിട്ടാണല്ലോ പോയത്. That was not bad, but where their anxiety was my health. Whether I would withstand all those harsh life in the North India, the extreme climates, the kind of life. But I had worked about it within myself. So they trusted me. So they let me go. But when I left, I wrote a letter. Many years back when I came home, my father said, when he got the letter, that I am out. He went and lay down and cried. My mother didn't even have lunch. She cried. But for some time I wrote letters. But there was a big gap, some 8 to 10 years, till I find my way I wouldn't. In the process, it was that time that I lost even my brother when I was living on the footpath. The first death in the family, my one younger brother died, and they couldn't inform me. I came to know the news only after 6 or 7 months. This kind of thing. But after many years, when I was confident, I found my way. I went home. As I entered, my father, I greeted. He looked at me from head to foot. He asked me, "Itrayum venamayirunnu." I have got cracks on my feet. Vindagiriya Padagal, K.R. Meera has written an article. It's literally true. My skin changed, my color changed, dress changed, a lot of rings here, totally a different person. So he asked, spontaneously, not with any bad intention or trying to teach him a lesson. I just said, "Papa, ഇത്രയും വേണമായിരുന്നു വീടിൻ്റെ വാതിൽക്കൽ ഈ കുരിശിൽ തൂങ്ങി കിടക്കണം." I just asked. Immediately, he did like this. He turned the other side. I saw him wiping the tears. But I never had opposition from the family. This was never there. Perhaps they suffered inwardly, but I think that I asked time when they grew with me also.
Do you have any specific reason to work with the tribals in Madhya Pradesh rather than some tribals in Kerala?
That time Kerala tribals, I didn't know much. I knew a little bit, of course, I had heard. But I was so fascinated with what is happening in the northern India. Missionaries' life and all. And I moved from Bihar to Bangladesh, Bengal, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa. I saw the kind of backwardness, the tremendous area of tribals where there is nothing. And I selected this village when I was allowed by my college to go for research. And I had also lot of stories. It's difficult to say everything. You give me half a day I can speak, whole day I can speak, non-stop. I was also invited by a bishop to show my kind of work as a model in building a basic community, not converting or charity or anything, building a human community. But with all this, I looked for villages on one condition, that you give me full freedom. And I wanted to select a village where there is no church present, where there are no NGOs. And Chinwada I took because there was hardly any.
ദയാബായിയെ കാണാൻ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മധ്യപ്രദേശിലോട്ട് നോക്കേണ്ടി വന്നു. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് കേരളത്തിലെ സാമൂഹിക സുരക്ഷിതരായിട്ട് സ്ത്രീകൾ മുന്നോട്ട് ഇതുപോലെ കടന്നു വരുന്നില്ല? അവിടെ എവിടെയോ ഒരു CK ജാനോ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള 1-2 വ്യക്തിത്വങ്ങൾ കടന്നു വരുമ്പോൾ രാഷ്ട്രീയക്കാരുടെ പിണിയാളുകളായി അവർ മാറുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നൊരു സംശയവും നിലനിൽക്കുന്നു. രാഷ്ട്രീയം ഇവരെ ഹൈജാക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ? അവർക്ക് എന്താണ് ദയാബായി കൊടുക്കാനുള്ള ഉത്തരം?
തിരിഞ്ഞു നോക്കുമ്പോൾ I said, no, what alone what I could do, I think. But I have a dream. I still have a dream. Dream of, because today I didn't say about my work with the environment, which I learned from the tribals. Not my MSW and LLB, my best degree was LWP and LLB. Living with people and learning from people. With these tribals, when I lived, I saw the tremendous kind of, the need for work with the environment, the way in the name of development we have destroyed. The agriculture, development in agriculture has destroyed really agriculture. The whole development, I have big questions about development. Now, this I began here, my environmental activity, going back to the traditional kind of cultivation. It's not only for cultivation, for your health, for your way of life, the whole this global force today. One side this corporate sector and one side this poor tribals. I think they are the answer. Their way of life, their sustainable crops, agriculture, all that. Now all that you need. Plus today the way things are going, I think I have big questions. We need to come back to the nature. We need to come back to what Gandhi said, there is enough to satisfy the need of the people, not for the greed. That greed is taken. So I have in mind a small kind of community of people living, breaking all these barriers of caste, religion, all that, and live together, well related to soil and earth, well related to the neighborhoods. For that, I can't do it. Many people are trying in Kerala, they are calling, I don't want to live in Kerala. If somebody is willing to join me here, I will. I donated 8 acres of my land to somebody thinking they would link with me. Utter failure.